Okay, and we live.
Yes,
we live.
Yes.
You know, this is the Thursday guest show. We on episode 30 of the Longhouse Podcast. You know, you guys can listen to us live, or you know, wherever podcasts are available, we can whisper sweet nothings in your ear there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got you covered. As y'all can see, we got a special guest in the house. That blue number, blue, Holly. What's poppin', girl?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, man.
Hey,
Super
chat.
excited. Super excited to have you with us. And we got, of course, the man that's bursting with positivity, Supernova. What's poppin', G?
Not much, man. Not much. Thursday, ready to go.
He said, thank you, like you received an award. And then, the bone collector himself. These spiders aren't adding up. The man with better dreads than me. BLAQQ Scale, what's poppin', G?
Oh, what's going on? I'm doing well. I don't consider to have better dreads than you. I just want you to know.
Dude. Stop. Yours all nice and neat.
Nah.
Yeah, I go into the shop with you. They want to be fixing mine up. You remember that?
that did happen, but I didn't consider that.
They was like, get that mess off your head. What you doing? Yo, already. We just started in Lotus at Spirit.
It's Esprit. Just
Esprit. Lotus Esprit. I'll deduct $5. I'm sorry for fucking your name up. Lotus Esprit with the 50 super sticker. Thank you, Big G. That's crazy. Thank you for being here. Hey, yo, chat. Throw up the set, baby. We already got, we got the usuals in here. We got Young Drez, the artist, Stoneblade. Guess Who 107. Lotus, my friend, Rocket, Scientist. He says, Hornly fans. Okay, come on. Everybody wants the horn up. Everybody says it's horn time. Blue, have you seen that mess?
No.
Right, anything over $20, I have to blow my Viking horn.
Oh, awesome. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I screw it up about 95% of the time, but it's all in good fun.
But in 5% of the time, it's amazing, right?
Oh, it's lit. It's lit. It shakes the foundations of Valhalla. Like it's great. We got Solid White and Victor Click, the Foot Clan himself. Keenan, Razor Ramon, E-Ranks. Yeah, guys, somebody said E-Rank says Colt looks different. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's gonna be a little late, man, but he'll be here. He'll be here. And then we got Ninja Squirrel, William Riggs. Y'all showing out today, boy. It's crazy. In My Zone was here early. Illegal Dad, General Spartan. We out here killing it. Silk Slayer, Sergi 24. There's too many to name. But y'all know why we here, bro. We want to talk some craziness. As y'all can see. Y'all know how we do. I'm gonna just play the music. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my preach on.
Oh, don't me. Preach
already. Y'all ready?
Let's get it.
Y'all better turn your headphones down. It gets loud.
Turn this one
It gets loud. Y'all ready to jam out with us today? What we talking about? We got Blue in the building. Get it cracking, Blue. We got No Man. We got Scale in the building. What we talking, baby? Hey, Scale said, y'all seen these Doom veterans? People from Ed? Yo, they about to start a new studio. It's gonna look dangerous out in them streets. Supernova brought an article together. He said that SEMA AI that Google just bought might do some wonders. It's gonna be crazy. Colt's gonna be in the building soon. We got the blue number to give her hot takes. But they're like, yo, Mike, what about this PlayStation tax break? Y'all gonna hear it first from me. Let me start y'all off with something, right? I'm about to go off. They laid off 900 people. Pixel Opus, closed. Japan Studios, closed. London Studios, closed. PlayStation Back Deviation Games shut down. They canceled Factions 2. Metal Gear, Twisted Metal canceled. Spider-Man Online canceled. Sean Layden said exclusivity is dead if the game is over $200 million. There's no Final Fantasy VII Rebirth numbers out. Foam Stars ain't foaming no more. Rise of the Ronin is launching the same day as Dragon's Dogma 2, and Scale is gonna have to bend the knee. They increased PS Plus prices with no benefits. There's no support for the PSVR 2 or the Portal. There's no first-party games coming out till August of 2025. But Xbox is the ones that's going to be out the console business. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Not playing.
Talk to him.
Hopefully I wasn't clipping too much. I need a new mic.
Nah.
I need a better one.
I think they
Say
are.
one.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, I forgot to blow the horn. I gotta blow it. No pause. Oh no, where is it at? It's so dark in here. Oh no. Listen. Oh, there we go. I found it.
Yes, sir.
Thank goodness.
Found it. All right. This is nice and crude. All right, y'all ready? This is for Lotus. How do you say the last bit, Blue?
Esprit.
Esprit. Is that French?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a car. The Lotus Esprit.
Oh, the Lotus Esprit. It was. You're right. Okay, Lotus Esprit. That's for you, baby. Oh, nope. That started bad.
Hey, chat, help him with this, you know what I'm saying? Throw up the emotes in the chat. Help him.
What's wrong with my throat today? Hold on.
Bad throat day.
Pause. That was much better. Okay. All right. That was much better. That was for you, Lotus. That last one was for you, big dog. I feels it. All right, man. So let's go ahead. Usually we go around the room, Blue, and we talk about what we've been playing, what we've been watching, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what you been playing? What you been watching?
So I started Outlast Trials last week. Have you guys tried that?
I have not.
Oh, it's so good. I've just been preaching to everyone about Outlast Trials because I want to play with people and nobody's bought it except like two of my friends. It's I am way too scared to play the first, like the real Outlast games, right? But this multiplayer one, it's dope.
What kind of game is it?
So great. It's multiplayer, and you start in like this. Well, you know Outlast. Do you know Outlast 1 and 2? It's very scary.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a horror game, right? Yeah.
super extreme, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't really fight. It's all about like hiding and evading and solving puzzles while you're being chased and all that stuff. So Outlast Trials is you start in like a multiplayer hub. You have a cell that you can decorate with, of course, right? Monetary, whatever. But then you can get character skins or outfits, right? But there's arm wrestling there, and there's chess there that you can play with random people. But then you choose a trial and you go out, and I thought it was going to be like Call of Duty, right? You hop in.
Oh, you said Outlast Trials.
Outlast Trials. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I've heard of that game.
Yes.
An Outlast.
It's like
Okay.
serious. It's not like a 10-minute adventure. It's like a mission. It's like a full chapter thing. And it's like, go do this. Now wait, you gotta go do this. Now you gotta go do this. Now you gotta go do that. Yeah. And Mr. Joanna Dark has been playing it too. He said it is really good. So if y'all are interested, I'm looking for people to play with. But I've been just kind of biding my time too. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
My black ass don't play scary games.
You can do it.
Yeah, I might do it for a charity stream one day. You know what I'm saying? So people can get some kicks. But like I can't do it by myself. Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, I've been trying to get Infinite Umbra to buy it too, and I think he's gonna do it. So if he does it, then maybe I can get you to do it too.
Maybe. We'll see. Hey, listen. Just because one black person can swim, don't mean I can. Because I can't.
No. It's fair. It's fair. But he had the same reservations. Like, I don't want to play that. I'm like, you do. Yeah. You do. Trust me, you do. It'll be okay. Like, you do.
No, it's all good.
I'm kicking it and like playing whatever until next week because Dragon's Dogma 2 comes out. And
boy.
Thing, right?
It's going to be crazy. You're not picking up the Ronin?
That's a whole story. Like, I really was excited for that game. I really wanted to play it. But then both coming out at the same time, I was like, okay, I'm going to get Dragon's Dogma. And I'll just wait and pick up Ronin when it's on sale a couple months later or something like that. But even now, have you seen all of the previews for it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
It's really sad because that game looked dope. Like, I was like really excited for it. And now I'm kind of
I'll still play
it'll be a later pick.
Yeah, it will be because like like that $70 price tag is spooky on some of these games. So it's like, Dragon's Dogma, I know I'm gonna get my $70 worth. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I'm the same boat as you when it comes to Ronin. Maybe at a later date when it's on sale, for sure. Yeah. You been watching anything interesting?
Masters of the Air. Have you guys watched that at all?
Explain. I'm always in the market for something good to watch.
So I don't really like Apple very much. I don't like their products and stuff. I have Samsung and whatever, right? But Apple TV is the best.
Bro, we was talking about
streaming
that
service.
Yes.
Like it is the best one you can buy. Everything is good. Like even if it looks like something you're not interested in, you watch an episode and you're like, all right, that's it. I'm hooked, right?
Yep.
Masters of the Air is on Apple TV, and it is a Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks production, and it follows the flight bombers in World War II that were stationed in England, and then there were some stationed in Italy, and it shows it's kind of like, do you remember Memphis Belle, or did you ever watch that old movie Memphis Belle from like the late 80s, early 90s with Sean Astin? But anyway, so it's the bombers and like what they went through when they went out to go and bomb, and like I didn't realize that in World War II they didn't have radar or anything. They had to use like maps with sextants and stuff, right? And like look out, and like they didn't know where their planes were and stuff. It was all visual and like trying to drop bombs and then getting killed by the Germans, and it's just really super, super intense, but really, really good. So that's been kind of what I'm in, like hooked on lately.
Cool. I have to check it out because everything that Apple TV puts out, man, it's been a banger so far.
A banger.
And speaking of bangers, Nerd and Other Legend says Severance on Apple TV is amazing.
That was my show of the year.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Severance has probably been the best show I've watched, probably in the past 5 years.
I'm not mad at that.
It's
seriously?
It's really good.
Yes.
It's
I really liked it, but it's confusing.
That's why I like it.
Yes. It is so damn good. And then so I watched it ahead of my wife, and then I got to watch it again, and watching it again was so good too.
That's a good rewatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick up on the extra stuff.
Yeah, they do bangers, man. Like, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, Slow Horses, Foundation, what's the one? Invasion, the second season. First one is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The first season was fucking slow as molasses.
Oh, I know. I'm trapped there.
And then can we talk about, because y'all seen it, talk about a guy that is the embodiment of a fuck boy.
I know who you talking, bro. I be in that seat steaming.
The husband?
Yes.
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 Oh. Do you know how many times I yelled at that TV?
I don't think I've seen a character besides Joffrey. I don't think there's ever been another character that has enraged me the way that husband was, bro. That husband was
Joffrey was fucking peak. You are correct on that. I feel that one for sure.
Yeah. That was like, you wanted to throw something at the TV, right, Blue? Like,
oh man, I yelled it. I was like, I don't know if I could watch the same. Like, I got so mad at that dude all the time. Like, it's just like,
I was like, blood.
Can you do one thing right, please? Just one.
You got kids, right? Bro. Like, do it for them at least.
When he was trying to leave, and
oh, it was crazy.
He was making the worst decision every episode, every single time. Like,
yes,
he has like,
but she was awesome.
Like no redeeming. Yeah,
she was dope.
She was amazing.
Yeah, she was dope. All right, Black Scale, what you been playing and watching, man?
What have I been playing? I've been playing a good amount of Valorant. I actually went and played that Princess Peach demo because I wanted to check that out.
Yeah, how's that?
Was man, 30 frames, bro. I just bro, I can't do it anymore. Like, I picked it up and I was playing. I was just like, my immersion is just gone, just because like this is just too slow now, especially for a brand new game. I don't want to see the 30 frames. Like, it just stutters.
Dog was gonna hit you over the head too, man. Dog was gonna be 30 everywhere.
Yeah, but that's the Princess Peach should be 120 frames. It should be easy. 240, yeah. It's like, it should be crazy at least. But I mean, but I will say the gameplay is cool. It has the magic. It has it. That Nintendo magic is in there for that game. So I'm not gonna lie, I want that on my hip. So I will probably cop that on the side some point way later, because so much is coming out. But been playing that, and Helldivers 2, still been playing that, and been watching. I just, like Blue said, on the Apple TV, I've been watching Constellation.
Oh, me too. I'm watching that too.
Yeah, that show is getting me. I'm enjoying that for sure. So I've been tuned into that one.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
I love anything in space, man. Any space stuff and anything like that, I'm hooked.
Feed it to me. It to me. Yes. 100%. Actually, my favorite movie of all time is Interstellar.
Not mad at you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Murph!
Don't let me go, Murph. I watch that movie literally every quarter, bro. If not more.
Good. It's a really good movie.
Yeah. What about you, Nova? What you been playing and watching?
What I've been playing, I haven't been playing too much, man. I booted up Valorant for a little bit, shot around in the shooting range to see if I still got it, and I got it a little bit, but I was like, do I want to jump into this by myself right now? Nah. So I'll probably catch Scale. I'll probably catch Scale, you know what I'm saying, one day when he on. What I've been watching, man, slow burn of Invasion still, man. I watched the episode last night. And then I went and looked, and I was like, hey, do I want to watch the next episode? There's another 50 minutes. And I was like, nah, I'll watch some RDC. So, yeah, no disrespect, but it's just so slow, man. And the husband is on my nerves, bro.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, man, that's all I got going, man. What about you, Viking?
Well, I've been playing Game of the Year contender, Unicorn Overlord.
Damn.
You gonna put it out there like that, huh?
It's out there.
Listen. It's really early in the year, right? Really early. We haven't even made it through the first quarter. Yes, so far out of all the games that have came out, it's my favorite one.
Nice.
Punty said, "Feed it to me." Small pause. There's no pause there. Feed it to me. Feed it to me. There's no pause on that. I do the pausing if I want to. What else is there? Yeah, so Unicorn Overlord. Yeah, I was telling them in the green room, like there was one stage, bro, I spent 45 minutes to an hour on, got waxed. And it's just one of them type of games, bro. And I just had to put it down. I was like, I'll try again tomorrow. It's so good. It's so good, especially if you like. They do a lot of things well, man, for that genre, and it keeps evolving as I'm playing. So it's dope. It's so dope.
It's being well received though, so you're not alone for sure. I've been seeing stuff just on my feed. I don't read the reviews, but I'm just seeing like the high remarks that it's getting from multiple sources. I'm like, hey, can't hate on what's good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, see, I don't take the, y'all know me. I don't listen to reviews.
I will if they're unanimous though. If everyone is saying that something is solid, it come on, man, it kind of has to be at some point, like to a degree.
Yeah. If something's like a 20 or a 30 on Metacritic, it's probably an X.
It's a good chance.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, and I'm so glad people are like, the name is weird, Unicorn Overlord, but I'm glad people are trying it, even though they don't really specifically play that genre.
I hope it makes sense somehow. Let me know when you get through it if it intertwines with
it does. It does already. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. See, I don't care then. You got to play it to know.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's cool. And then I watched Jon Stewart and Spaceman last night. So, or not Jon Stewart, but like the Daily Show. I watched the Daily Show.
I was Jon like, Stewart what?
Last night. And then because he's only on there on Mondays, but we wasn't able to watch it Tuesday, so we watched it yesterday. And then Spaceman with Adam Sandler, trippy movie. It was all right.
Adam Sandler, I don't think I've seen it. It's new.
Yeah, I don't know if it's new. I just saw it and I saw Adam Sandler was in it. But new. he has like a serious role. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
He's been doing pretty good in his serious roles lately, man. There was one where he was a banker, right, or something like that, or a jewelry
gem guy.
A24 as well. A24.
That movie was incredible, bro.
Yeah, that was kind of A24's like breakout, kind of a little bit. Like that was the one that people started really like looking at him, like from the other end. Shout out to A24. We talk about them all the time.
The best studio on the planet, dude. Like 100%. Do you watch a lot of A24 films, Blue?
I don't know what A24 is, but I do know the movie with Adam Sandler where he was the gem.
They did like Hereditary. They've done Midsommar. They've done Everything Everywhere All at Once. Lamb.
That Lamb movie.
Yeah, they do a lot.
Lamb? Not at all about lambs, right?
It is.
Don't spoil though.
Okay. All right. So I should go. Should I watch it or shouldn't I watch it?
No, you should. If it's A20, if it got A24 stamp on it, watch it.
Especially if you take it as a collection view. Like if you see that film and all their other things, you'll be like, it fits right in with their other stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got you. So okay. Yeah, I like when they do, like when you feel there's a connection or there's a very subtle connection between, right?
Yeah, like the cinematography style is like they're peak, man. They're peak.
And they're not afraid to take risks too.
They're not.
If you're going to start with one though, I'd probably start with Midsommar. That one is the one. It probably is the one. Or Uncut Gem, but
Uncut Gems was
really
great. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Midsommar. All right.
Yep.
I got it. I'll watch it.
They got Florence Pugh in it. Oh my girl.
And Summer, how do you spell SOMMER, right?
SOMMER.
Yeah, not like summertime.
Midsummer. Swedish, Nordic type shit. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into these topics. That's what everybody been waiting on. They don't want to hear what we've been playing and watching. They probably do, but whatever. That's what we do. So, Scale, you got the first topic, man. Go ahead and set us up with it.
Sure. Okay, so there's a video game called Doom. Probably heard of it. It's been around a long time. So There are several video game developers, including those who have worked on the Doom reboot, to form a new independent AAA studio. They have a couple other team members that are from id Software, as well as other developments such as, I don't know why I wrote it like this, but there's another developer from BioWare, Naughty Dog previously, and there's another one that worked at a company called Weighted Digital as a visual effects company. He worked there. So they are making a company called Empty Vessel, and they're describing themselves as a developer-founded, developer-first independent studio that wants to create AAA quality experiences that are new and refreshing. That sounds pretty good to me. I can't even lie. I like what they're talking about right there. And they also said that by prioritizing and aligning with our strengths, we're confident it's possible to create AAA games with smaller, focused teams. The industry has often overlooked people who pour their hearts and souls into crafting these words. The company will be able to test out its developer-oriented philosophy with the first project on an undeveloped, unannounced experience inspired by film, graphic novels, and games set in dystopian sci-fi worlds. This all comes from their new general manager, who also worked at id Software. So, with that being said, what are you guys' thoughts on this new studio coming into the scene? I'll start with you, Blue.
Yeah, I saw this and I went, what? I thought this was really cool because I like a lot of sci-fi stuff. So immediately it's like right up my alley. And then the pedigree of all of those studios is spot on, right? Like there might be one or two games that, you know, some people don't really love from any of those studios, but really it's hard to take exception to the fact that they all make very good games. They all have I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really remember console wise any of the games that have come from those studios that have major glitches, major bugs, major, you know, tech issues, right?
Right.
So you hope that they're bringing that like background of not getting a game that will freeze and crash constantly or dropping frame rates to, you know, even worse than 30. You know, all of the stuff that like really frustrates people. And then the stories and the visuals from id and Naughty Dog, and even Activision. Like, I know people shit on Activision all the time, but I play Call of Duty all the time.
Every
and
year. Clockwork.
and I play it all year. I was playing, like, I get up in the morning, I take the dogs for a walk, I make a pot of coffee, I sit down and I play 2 matches of multiplayer at Call of Duty before I go into work, because it gets me in, like, you know what I mean, in the right mindset. Like, it's Call of Duty is Call of Duty. And the point is that, like, except for some of the issues they've had with MW3, there's never issues with their stuff. You might not like their story, that's fine, but that's subjective. So, I mean, what's not to like here? I think they're smart. I think it's a wonderful collaboration because they all do different, like, all of those studios come from different backgrounds too. Right. So I think it's cool. Now I just want to know how long is it going to take to get the first game, right?
Right.
5 years.
5 years. Yeah. Who
Minimum.
honestly knows? But yeah, I'm excited about it too. What do you think, Nova?
Man, I'm excited about it as well, man. Like Blue said, I wonder how long it's going to take for us to get it, man. With all of those high-power names and new game engine, Unreal Engine 5, and that trailer, man. When I popped on that, did you guys see that trailer when it just had like you saw bullets and tracer rounds or something like that as it kind of like pans into a helmet or something like that? And I just thought about, I'm like, okay, y'all got tracer around. I could see that. The lighting looked great because of Unreal Engine 5. And I saw like rubble on the ground. So I'm like, oh man, do they have destructible environments like Red Faction? So my brain is just going, right? So I'm like, oh, you know, this seems like it's gonna be something pretty cool with a lot of big names. Another thing that's really stuck out for me was they had Mick Gordon, which was one of the composers, right, for the Doom game, like a whole slew of games for the last 14, 15 years, man. So they're supposed to be coming in. We'll partner with the team to create soundscapes for the studio. And and their first project. So it seems like it's going to be pretty awesome, man.
It does seem awesome. I can't even lie. I'm excited for it. What do you think, Viking?
I think my biggest takeaway starting a new, we just saw Deviation Games had a pretty high pedigree of developers. I'm sorry, I'm probably far away from the mic. We saw that Deviation Games also had like a high degree of developer or pedigree of developers like within their studio as well. I think it's just going to boil down to funding, man. Like who's going to fund their game and will they stick with them like through? I mean, we're getting all these layoffs this year, right? People are trimming down, like, and I hope that because like given like looking at what they've all done, it looks like a studded cast of individuals to put a game together. But yeah, I think it's all going to come down to funding. I think the biggest person I saw on here was Wei Ning, whatever. Yeah, he's the one that does the animation code for Weta Digital and for Blade Runner 2049.
The CTO.
Yeah. But he specializes in like rendering physics, back-end networking, and cloud infrastructure. Bruh, listen. I think to me he's the biggest name that pops on there for me as far as like what the game's going to look and feel like.
Right.
And then like the senior design director worked on Borderlands, Smite, Tribes, and Wayfinder. I mean, I think it's all gonna be cool. It has a good fucking cast of people, man. But I think it's all gonna come down to funding, man. Like this shit's scary, dude.
That's what scares me about it too. Just in a time of, that was actually my question, in a time of layoffs, will we see the studio, will it drop? It's just a rough time right now in the industry. So yeah, you hit the point I had.
Yeah,
scary.
It might not be anything for like a single A or indie or a double A like to get funded, right? Because now we're talking about like in the tens of millions and below, right? But like whenever you start getting these kind of creators together, they want to go triple A.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
They want the best of the best probably, and that's going to take, again, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
And
especially coming from the big studios like that too. That's what they're used to.
But as far as funding, I did read this and saw that they had raised some capital through like initial seeding, like
really
they did like a funding round, and then they also got some additional capital investments from like private firms and individuals as well.
Okay,
that'd be crazy to hear if they were self-funding. It's like, we got this, we're putting this out. It's like they're gonna pull a No Man's Sky.
Cool. Well, they're pulling money like from the community, like of other devs that's like been successful too. So it looks like it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool, like developer project as a community. So,
right.
Yeah, it should be pretty dope.
Cool.
Sounds good. Well, yeah.
What were your thoughts
on it? I think it's really cool, man. I thoroughly kind of enjoyed those Doom reboots. Like I thought they were so smooth and just they were just really, really well done. So to hit that's a star-studded cast of people in the background to develop a game. And the fact that they said that they're trying to be like developer friendly and developer first and things like that. It's like they're trying to prevent some BS from happening is what it sounds like too. It's like they want to have full control. And that's what what stuck out for me is that they just want to really put it out for the gamers. Like they're saying people are pouring out their hearts and souls and the stuff and not getting recognized, but they're trying to make sure that all recognition is out there for them. So I think it's just cool. It sounds like, it sounds like some underdog shit to me. Yeah. I want to see them do well. I want to support them. I'm telling you, those Doom reboots were fun, man. I was talking in the green room. That was my first like taste of cloud gaming because I had that one of the Doom games on it, like And when I was in California, I didn't have a console or anything. That's the only thing I could play on was a cloud game. And I had a controller in my laptop, and I just played it on that. And it ran. It had issues. I'm not saying it didn't. Definitely had issues. But for what I had at the time, which was 0, I would take the issues. You know what I mean? It was like that. And the fact that it was Doom, that super fast running game, super smooth, and I could still play it, I was happy. So it got me through. It holds a personal like I don't know, it's personal for me, I guess. So yeah. So I think it's gonna be cool.
I think to your point, I think we do need more studios equivalent to Larian. You know what I mean? Like, because Larian, like their whole team is fucking passionate as shit when it comes to like tabletop and dialogue and fantasy type games, man. So and they take the what do you call it, the original works of whatever they're working on like to heart, man. Like, because BG3 was nothing short of amazing, man. Like,
yeah,
it was really, and I told you this for a long time when I was playing it early access. I was playing it 3 years before it came out, and I was telling you, it's like, when this game, it's gonna be game of the year.
He is not lying about that. I put that on my life. He was saying that. He was really saying that. So he was, yeah.
Yeah, it was way too good, man. Before we get into Supernova's topic, Holly, Blue, you got something you want to show off?
Yes. So there's a super secret something that I can't show off at the moment. But maybe this would be a good segue because I only have one right here, and I might have to dig for another another one or two in between. So maybe in between.
Okay, in between, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the first thing is, if you guys aren't following, you should definitely go follow Ben Kenobi on Twitter, because he is an artist in the Xbox community, and he is amazing at a lot of the stuff that he does. And he creates these coins for people. Well, he creates these coins in honor of really cool things that Xbox is doing. He's an Xbox fan. And he has generated several, which I will show you over time, but he does giveaways through his Twitter, but also through some of the popular shows that I'm sure people here follow and go to on occasion. Like, for example, the Iron Lords or Seasoned Gaming. Mr. Boomstick does them as well. And other people that have podcasts, are welcome to reach out to Ben too and try to get in touch with him about doing some of those giveaways. But in anticipation of the very next coin that's up for giveaway, you should follow him and go to these shows and look. But this,
can I make you big?
Yeah,
let me see if I can do that. Let's see. Voila! All right. So this, let's see if I can get my camera to do the nice thing that it should do. Is the front. There we go. Yeah. Of the Diablo coin, and it looks like blood pools, right? And then try to turn it. This is the back. Look how clean that is.
That's fire.
Yeah. And it looks like blood, right? Like it's kind of like goopy, shiny looking. They are limited edition, of course, because he only makes so many. And it's kind of limited run. They are not available for purchase. They are only through giveaways. So if anybody is interested and would like to try to win one, follow Ben Kenobi on Twitter. Follow these guys on Twitter. I'm sure they'll repost it. And then the other shows that I talked about and some of the other people, like maybe Colt or some of the others, and maybe there'll be a giveaway on this show at some time. So,
hey.
Great. And I'll show some more off as we go along, but that's just the first one, and that's the one that's like up right now because Diablo is coming to Game Pass March 28th.
That's right.
Yeah.
It is
heat.
yeah.
Crazy. Well, thank you for showing that. And while you were showing that, Sweet Christmas. We got another super sticker by Lotus.
Huge, man.
Thank you very much.
Hold on.
Honestly.
Lotus. I'm going to keep messing this up. Give me the last.
Huh?
Esprit.
Esprit. I need to write that as a note.
Maybe to roll the Esprit.
Esprit. Lotus Esprit. Hey, listen, Lotus, I don't know if you know this, but all the money that we get from super chats, super stickers, super thanks, memberships, the merch store. Check out the merch store, by the way. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. All the money that we make associated with this channel, at the very end of the year, right, we are going to have a crazy giveaway at the Boys and Girls Club for Xboxes, Game Pass, gaming gear, all kinds of cool shit, right? So we're going to use all those funds, and because the Boys and Girls raised us, you know what I'm saying, and it's going to be super dope. And yes, I will. Yes, it was horn worthy. Of course it was. Horny Horn Man back in action. We're going to it.
Back in action is crazy.
Here we go.
For the kids.
For the kids, baby.
Okay.
All right. There we
Respect
go.
Not
Lotus
bad.
Esprit.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Woo, Big Boy Mike came in.
Big boy Mike.
We had 250s from Lotus. And then Big Boy Mike comes in. Y'all making me happy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Big Boy Mike comes in with the 20. He says, I'm late for the kids this month. Thank God for Game Pass saving. I was able to come through. Love the kids. Gang. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yeah. And you
Big Boy
always on
Mike.
time, Big Boy Mike. You always on
bro.
time.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Always on time. Here we go. Another 20. All right. Horny Horn Man back in action. Did you have to not show your camera so you can stop laughing, Blue? Is that,
I was
it's
digging
okay.
through boxes for coins, but
Okay.
you can take it how you want.
Oh man. Yeah, that's funny,
It's great.
man.
I love the horn.
Oh, hey, I just got to practice. I got to just get better. The people love it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about it's Horn Hub. You know what I'm saying? That's what the people
Horn
want.
Hub.
Horn
Super-
Hub. Yep.
Super.
Got to make a
accurate.
shirt
Great.
with that on it.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
All right, man. Again, thank you, Lotus, and thank you, Big Boy Mike. Super appreciate it. That's great, man. Throw up the set, all the members. Go ahead. Throw up the set. Get Skang Gang all day.
For the kids. Yeah.
For the kids, baby. For the kids. All right. We'll switch gears here.
Before we do though, I do
Yeah.
have one question I want on this topic that I want to throw the scale. See
Okay.
what he got on this. Actually, I'm gonna throw it to the whole panel. Pause. But so I did notice that Empty Vessel is actually going to be based in Texas. And remember a while ago, we were talking about how a lot of these studios or these other companies have a lot of establishments in California, all of these high cost of living places, man. So how do you think that them being based in Texas is going to be beneficial for them? I'm going to go to you first. Actually, I'm going to go to Viking first because this was something that he was talking about specifically.
Yes, fucking greatly. I think most of these studios need to move to Idaho, Nevada, Texas, the flyover country if they want to save cost. Because it's nuts. Like having a studio based on the West Coast or in New York is crazy now.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Regular rent is expensive.
Yeah, man.
Like, what?
And you guys know what else is crazy?
What's that?
Lotus dropped another 50.
Dropped another.
Sweet Christmas.
Sweet,
Out here.
sweet
Lotus.
Man,
I'll
it
say
sounds
it
like
again.
Luke.
Sweet Christmas. We don't deserve this, man.
Yeah. This is
take-
huge, man.
The kids do though.
The kids do. The kids do deserve it. 100% is crazy. No, I can't double horn hub. It's always the single horn. Everybody wants double horn.
You got to make a rule now because that
Watch
would
it.
technically be like
Watch
20,
it.
40. Ooh.
What? Oh my god. Watch it. All right, about to go DP on this. All right, here we go. No. I'm sorry, I can't stop acting up. If it comes to my mind, I say it. Like it's really bad. It's stop. All right, here we go. That was
A good one.
It's probably,
That was a good one.
That's probably the strongest one yet.
Here
Yeah.
we go. Let's see if I can make it stronger. All right.
Yeah.
That first one was good though.
That was a good one.
First one was
That first one was for you, Lotus. That was for you. I appreciate it. Good God, man.
Sweet Christmas. That is funny to me. I don't know why.
E-Rakes put it horn up. That's great. That's super creative. I love it. But back on the issue, yes, I think these people going to different locations with a lower tax bracket, with cheaper cost of living, everything within that area is cheaper, right? So salaries can decrease a bit. Perfect fucking move. Did it say where? Probably Austin or Dallas. Huh?
Probably Austin. I think it did say specifically somewhere else on the article, but I missed it.
Yeah, because Austin's kind of a good hub for tech stuff
Yeah.
right now. You even have Meta there. Speaking of Meta, we got the lovely Colt Eastwood in the house.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Welcome.
The meta gamer.
No, you're the meta content creator, man.
Maybe. How are you guys? How is everyone?
We're good, man.
Doing well.
We're good. No, we were just chatting about this new studio where a couple people from id are creating. Nova brought up that they're actually having their studio in Texas, and we were discussing if that's probably beneficial, like with how things are going now. You know, like Santa Monica's in California. There's so many studios in California, which probably drives up costs like crazy. So we're just giving our thoughts on that right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I'll try and catch up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it just started. I just gave my thoughts, and then Nova's going to throw it to somebody else. But go ahead.
I'm gonna toss it to you, Scale. What do you think about that? You think moving specifically or going and starting up specifically in Texas is something that's could be pretty lucrative for them?
I do. Like I said, I think this is a good team, and that's another good step they're making right there. It's like they're making, like, these are veteran developers and stuff like that, so they've seen mistakes and things like that happen. So the fact that they even did this, I didn't even see that move, honestly. The fact that they're doing this, we got some good coming from those people. I almost guarantee it if it comes out. So yeah, I think it was a good move though.
Yeah, I really hope this one comes out for sure, man. Because all those big names and the music and the visuals are gonna be pretty dope, man. But what do you think, Colt? What do you think about that?
I haven't even looked into this. This is something I haven't even, not even on my radar.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a studio called Empty Vessel. They're just kind of starting up with a lot of big names. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it that joined that? You were sorry. I'm just kind of catching up and
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I think it's a couple of people from id, previous Naughty Dog. Skell, do you have any more specifics of the individuals that's helping start up this establishment?
Previous Naughty Dog, previous BioWare, id veterans. I could get specific names if you want them.
Activision
Even
is in there too.
Activision.
Yeah, this was I remember that announcement came out the day after Deviation Studios closed down, which was a AAA studio that had partnered with PlayStation. PlayStation pulled the support or canceled the game they were making for them. And then Empty Vessel started up. And then one of the first comments was, hopefully that's not their namesake doesn't come true. Self-fulfilling prophecy. But it's weird to see these studios shut down and then these other teams create their own studio. But so far, the majority of them are still going and working on games. So, and that's really what we need right now is some games because it's been a dire landscape.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But what do you think about that, Blue?
As far as like Austin, or
them
Texas?
potentially setting up stakes in Texas because they're doing something a little bit different.
There's a lot of studios that have a hub in Austin. Actually, Austin is like what do they call it? Like the second Silicon Valley or something like that, right? Arcane's had an office there for a long time, and there's several other studios there now too. So, and that's where Rooster Teeth was. Rooster Teeth is no more, but they were there since 2000, I think, is when Rooster Teeth started. So it is kind of like I think it's great, and I agree with you, Viking. They should have. It's nice when studios or even organizations you want to work for, right, have a location you want to be in, right? And we all know that California is beautiful, but it's very expensive, right? So, that's tough for some people, especially like fresh people out of college, right? Trying to find a job and get their footing. So having opportunities in other locations where they can kind of afford to get in and, not be living in a studio apartment with 3 double bunk beds and 6 roommates. It's a good option, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus Austin's supposed to be really cool. I would love to go there. That's where the Fallout Prime party was. It was just at South by Southwest in Austin. Yeah. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there.
I can't wait for that show, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Lotus just dropped in. Colt, I don't know if you watch the show, but you can laugh at me all you want when it comes to no, you will. Lotus
will be an awe.
Sorry, it covers your face too, man. I gotta fix that. But Lotus dropped another 20. Golly, boy. Sweet Christmas. I gotta blow the horn. It's Horn Hub time. Let's go. That was a long-winded one. Okay.
Yeah.
Long-winded one. That was good. That was great. So yeah, I think that's pretty Gucci, man. But yeah, we can go ahead and switch gears. And Nova, you got a topic you wanna talk to us about?
Yeah, Google's DeepMind pulled up and said, "SEMA," as they dropped the new agent called SEMA, Scalable, Instructable, Multi-World Agent is what they're calling it, which is pretty cool, man. And it's something that we kind of touched on a couple episodes ago, like some possibilities like this. Remember, Viking was talking about potentially, having them do something like this. But SEMA is an AI agent that can perceive and understand a variety of environments, then take actions to achieve an instructed goal. So this is a little bit different than the AI that we've been seeing, like AI NPCs that you can talk to, and they have like generative responses that they, keep the fresh and new feel when it comes to gaming. But this one's a little bit different. This one seems like it's going to be like on the other side of the rope as a player. So this agent can go into specific games, learn how to play the games, and then just play the games. It's been trained successfully on No Man's Sky, Teardown, Valheim, Satisfactory, and Goat Simulator 3. Like, and I know you know a little bit about that game.
What, Goat Simulator? Yeah.
I mean,
100%. I mean,
somebody be on that game.
Somebody.
Me and the kids be playing, bro.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But with this new piece of AI that could potentially come in and be a player, how do you think that this will affect the industry as a whole? I'm going to go with you first, Blue.
So I hadn't paid much attention to Google's AI that much until today. I started reading into it because I know that, dude, they've been doing crazy stuff for like 15 years.
Yeah.
I was shocked to go back and read like 2010. They started in AI and like started with teaching it against games, right? Starting with Atari games, and it's like advanced like a child. It is grown up like a child. It's crazy how fast this has gone. And there's definitely a fight now, right, between Microsoft and Google for their AI superior domination. So
and then Apple just bought
is really the
Apple just bought one today too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just saw the news before we started the show. But go ahead, I'll try to find it.
No, I am far from the AI expert, and Colt knows a ton about AI and how it's going to be integrated right into gaming. But clearly, I mean, they've been using AI against gaming, right, to learn and to know how to grow it, from what I read, right? And this one seems like it's advanced. It seems like it's, far and above, way smarter than my pea brain. So I am super, super like interested in AI, but when I start reading some of the articles about it, I start to like thinking about what I'm gonna cook for dinner, or like, because like it's so smart, and the stuff that goes into it is so interesting, right? Like I'm like, if you want to make me a car that'll drive me somewhere, have at it. Like I'm all for it, right? I trust AI, but it's a delicate balance, of course, right? Because we are seeing the effects on the industry and layoffs and stuff like that, right? Due to where it's gonna go. So it's something to be in awe of, but cautious of too, right?
Definitely. And be kind to yourself, Blue. It only has 600 basic skills. You can do way more than 600 basic skills. We're not going to do that today. Nope. Not Women's History Month either. Nope. We doing
Have you seen me trying to use all of the buttons in Tekken? I highly doubt.
Tekken's tough.
Those Tekken combos are like,
Tekken as a whole is tough. So if you can do it, yeah. But no, like this thing does seem pretty cool, man. This is one of the ways that it did, like they're teaching it in the beginning phase. So Google recorded a pair of humans playing, and it let this AI like watch and listen and then observe the game. And that's how a part of the reason of why or how it's used to like learn, which is crazy to me. Like this technology is so interesting. But Colt, I'm gonna go to you next, since you have a ton of info on the AI, sir. So how do you think that this one will impact the industry as a whole?
Well, the first thing that AI is going to do is turn all of us into goo and use it to power their machines. That'll be the first thing that'll happen.
High on life.
Skynet, baby.
Yeah. Alien goo. Yeah. So nobody wants to talk about AI. I did a video a few months ago, and people were really repulsive of the idea. Even with, there's really creative things that AI could do to really enhance games. And if you use it to offset the creative things that developers make and use it for automation, it could take 6 to 7 year dev cycles and bring them back into 3 or 4 years where they're supposed to be. But Microsoft's been talking about this for a long time, because I think they've been wanting to do this for a long time. They notoriously do things way earlier than they should. But now everybody is trying to get their own piece of AI in the software. They're doing it in the silicon and the hardware, and they want to be able to automate ways to make money. really is what it's about. But I think in the end result for us as gaming fans, like this panel, the chat and the audience who's watching, like we want to know, how does this directly benefit us? And I think before we start seeing real-time interaction with NPCs, which will come soon, I think we really need to see them just cranking away in the background, the mediocre tasks that make games take so long to create: programming, bug testing, level design, procedural generation, stuff like that. I think that's where AI is going, because they're even putting AI into the new consoles so that you can get frame rate generation and resolution boosting. And we're just at the very beginning of it. It's funny because Viking and I were talking this morning. He's like, hey, what do you want the image above your picture on the podcast? And I said, here, let me get one for you. And I made one with my guitar. Like I just in the description, and he's like, oh yeah, I forgot you know how to use this. Like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to use, but I've been doing AI imagery for like the past year and a half, up to the point where I just don't like it anymore because it has a certain style, right?
Yeah.
It's so brand new. It's really less than 2 years old in its mainstream situation. And I think it's going to become a big part of gaming because they want that money back now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So definitely they do. And I'm glad that you did bring up that the AI, they have in the AI in the hardware as well. Because I believe when I was looking, because I need to build another PC soon, man, and they may actually, Intel may put some AI in their new CPUs that's coming out the end of this year.
I've been hearing
So,
that.
They just made that big deal with Microsoft, right? Didn't
Yep.
Microsoft and Intel make that mega deal for
Mhm.
some AI integration?
Yep.
For some
When are you
hopefully.
When are you ever supposed to upgrade your computer correctly, man? I'm just like,
I don't think that exists.
I don't think that exists, man. It's like you just have to pull the trigger at some point, I guess, huh? I'm going to the same thing.
You know, it's funny. It's probably more often than you would get a new console at this point. When you get around 5 or 6 years, your PC is really starting to where it show its age, and you get the next AAA game, you're definitely not going to push it the way you did when you first built your PC or the first couple years in. So, like one of my friends, well, we won't say his name, but it starts with an R and ends with Andel Thor 19. He's like, I'm gonna buy a 4090 PC. I'll never use it to game, but I just want to get the best so it'll last longer. I'm like, what, 6 to 8 years? Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So I've been buying one for production and gaming. I buy one like every 4 or 5 years,
right?
Because I want something a little bit more powerful to keep up with production and stuff like that. But I don't know. Hey, I want a new console every 4 years. That's me
too.
Like if Xbox is like, hey, from now on, the Xbox Series X2 is coming out 4 years after the X, and then the X3 will be out 4 years after that, I'd be like, let's do it. Let's do it. Because I'll take that sucker down I'll take it down to GameStop if they're still around. I'll get $300 out of it and put it toward the next $600 Xbox. That's what I would do. And I wouldn't complain at all.
That's true. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Because then you'd have the power. Right now, we don't have the power. We don't have the power. You can't do it.
Before I throw it to scale, Viking, want to grab the
boy. He did it again. Another 20. Lotus, you're too kind. For the kids, baby. Gang. It really is a Horn Hub episode, ain't it?
Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go. That was kind of trash, but it's okay. It's not trash, but okay. It's entertaining. It was entertaining. Let's keep it at that. Thanks, Lotus, for the 20, man. And then he comes back with a 10. My dog.
Thank you.
Lotus Esprit.
Esprit.
Love it, man. Appreciate it. For the kids, they're going to love it, man. For the kids. Oh, I hit a high note. I felt like Umbra for a second.
He won't appreciate that.
No. Oh man. All right. All right, cool. Thanks for the super stickers, man. For sure. Those are dope.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Doc and Chat cracking up right now.
That's what we're here for. He said he died in his car. All right, cool. Whatever.
Anyway. We're moving right along. But no, it definitely could have, we're talking about the AI, the SEMA. Could have some effects. So I was just thinking about this, man. This could potentially affect beta testing in the future. Who knows, man? If you could teach an AI bot to do some things, man, in some gaming universes, we may get some less keys out here in the future. Who knows? But Skellington, what do you think about this effect on the industry?
I think, you know what's crazy? I had my first thought about this was just the initial use of this as far as like gamers using it, and I was just like, man, this would have me lazy as shit. I'm gonna have this thing just gathering all my resources in survival games. I'm just gonna have it do whatever I want. That's how I thought about it at first. I didn't even think about the mass scheme of things. And to be really honest, Viking and I were talking in the green room, and I think he has he kind of took the best points of everything we were talking about. I think he has really good points on it, and I just keep wanting to hear what he has to say on it. So I think Viking has a good point on this that I think should get out, because it's good, because I don't want to say it, because I think I want to make sure he gets the credit for what he has to say. So I think passing it to Viking.
Right? Yeah. So both of you, Colt and Nova, both brought it up, right? Like beta testing, QA and stuff like that. This is 100% going to take, first and foremost, if you can teach it to play the game, this is 100% going to take QA like out of business, right? And that's going to suck for a lot of QA testers. But what's going to happen, imagine having these things being able to play through a whole game nonstop, and you can have 20 to 40 of them going at the same time, 24/7, to find as many bugs as possible. And then tell it to report back to you on what bugs they found. That way you wake up in the morning and you have all the error codes and everything that the AI told you, and you can get cracking. And then it's all recorded, and you can see exactly what they went through, clipping, error codes that crashed the game, everything, or not being able to progress past a certain mission, which would in turn produce faster games, right? Because I don't know how much of the dev cycle goes towards fixing problems with the game, right? Probably quite a bit, right? So yeah, to me, that's what it's going to be. Probably come off as like, you know, we'll be able to have unique AI for NPCs, right? Ultimately, they're gonna be using this shit for, what do you call it? For QA testing. Yeah, 100%. And then Google bought this, right? So yeah, so other people are probably gonna follow suit and try to do the same thing, or contract out Google's AI to run it on their game for a certain amount of time, which would be nuts, right?
Yeah.
The QA testing part was like the part I wanted to bring up as far as about affecting the industry too, because that's just more jobs. That's like the entry level thing in the industry too. It's like QA tester, and then if they can do it on their own 24/7, man, and it brings polish, it's there. There goes some jobs. From the gamer's perspective, this is all good. I have no issue with this.
And they could even get the little agents to send emails, you know, like who knows, bro? No, for real. Like in some of the applications, you know, I've worked on, if something goes through, you can get an email, you click approved, you know what I mean? So there's things that you can do.
Big facts. Colt, what do you think about the QA testing theory that I have? Does that sound probably about accurate, or is it something that probably won't do that?
Well, it's like word for word what Matt Booty said about 2 years ago at the PAX panel. Yeah, he said the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably what you heard when you were saying that. He said that they could have hundreds of instances of the game being pushed and tested, and like they pay a tester to run around and try to jump and hop over fences or over buildings to get through areas and skip quests. Like this is things they do in testing, and they can ask the AI to run it in different, like hundreds of different instances where they just try and break the game or try to exploit it. And then in the morning, like you said, they come in the morning and see the results and start fixing them. Yeah. I mean, games take 6 to 7 years now, and it's, shout out to Mag, my co-host, who has been talking to industry people working in movie, TV, and games. And they're all really the major stress point is that these studios, you pay these full-time employees for 2 to 3 years and then ship the game, and then the publisher get paid, and then the cycle continue. Now they're paying them to work in that studio and have the lights on for 6 years. Still, they haven't been paid. And it's the publishers that are pushing the hardest. They're partially one of the major problems that we're seeing in the games industry, because they want their return on investment immediately. And they used to get it every 2 years, or 2 to 3 years when a game would come out last decade. And now when a game takes 7 years, they're waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting. And those studios, they spent more money than they wanted to. Profit margins are razor thin. Insomniac, one of the best developers in the world, is barely broken a profit with Spider-Man because of franchise fees and longer development time and how expensive it is to make games. So somebody's got to step in. I guess it's the robots.
Yeah. Hey, so speaking of that, about like the dev cycle being extended, something really smart. We was just talking about Baldur's Gate 3. Something I thought that was really fucking smart that they did was you had to pay the full price. And of course it's Larian, so they probably could have done this, but it was 3 years before launch that they released it in early access, but you had to pay for the full game. And they took all that feedback from people, right? And then they came out with a banger, and they listened to feedback heavily, but initially you had to pay the full price of the game to get into early access on PC. And it was still playable. I played about maybe 120 hours during that 3 years of the game. You did? Yeah. And it was phenomenal because you can have so many that's a different kind of game, because you can have so many different playthroughs. They introduce new classes, new races as you go along, and fix different parts of the game and extend dialogue. So there was some flexibility there with that game. Do you think we start seeing more of that, probably, to at least recoup some of the initial investment cost to put it into early access?
I don't know. There's some people have been burned and waited. Like Star Citizen still isn't out, and they've spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the game per person. Yeah. I think it's Star Citizen, but I think that's an exception to the rule. I think game development as the traditional, I've been trying to bang this drum, the traditional exclusive, the traditional game release has to wholly change to keep the market healthy right now. Right. Like I would predict that Spider-Man 3 or Wolverine do two things. I predict that Wolverine, it's very possible that game will launch day and date on PC when it comes out for the PS5 in 2025 or 2026. I think it's 2026, right? So Wolverine will probably either launch on PC or very, very soon after. And then I would not be surprised if Wolverine is an incredible 20-hour experience that ends on a cliffhanger meant to pick back up next year in 1 year's time with the second half of the Wolverine campaign for $50 and then another $50. And so $100 people may not like that, but if you only pay $50, you get this killer open world, tight-knit story for Wolverine. For $50, you get 20 plus hours out of it. And then it ends on this cliffhanger and you're like, next holiday, I'm going in for Wolverine Part 2. And what they do is they basically take that game that used to be one whole game, split it into two, and make it service-based. And I think Insomniac's leaks have kind of hinted at that. So they have to change. You can't just make a $70 AAA game and sit on it, because now you've got all these publishers saying it didn't meet our expectations. We're Square Enix. I don't know what happened. We only did PS5. I don't know. I mean, we met with Phil. And Phil's like, "Hey, we should bring our games to Xbox as well, but we have this contract here, and Jim Ryan's mitts are all over it." And it can't go like this anymore. It's not working.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy nowadays. Like, especially with inflation, and it's a lot of stuff going on.
Question: You were talking about Spider-Man and the profitability or lack thereof, right? With 2. So now that they've just canceled what looked like a really good build of the multiplayer, right? Do they, when they're doing their books, do they count all of the money it took to get it to that place against Spider-Man
Tax
2,
write-off.
or it's just a separate thing? They're not going to count that and be like, well, now we're actually, in the hole this much more, right? Or
well, it's just the employees are just they're still full-time employees working there. The FTEs, they're working on DLC. They're working on Wolverine, and then one section of the team's like, "Hey, we're going to pull this multiplayer thing together. Let's make a trailer which will help get everybody excited about it." So they're there working. They're not like being let go because they work there. So
no, but it's
Insomniac's
still hours.
employed.
It's still hours that are billed to a specific thing, right? Like that are lost, right? It is it is a loss.
You have to assume that Insomniac has probably 3 major billing codes for their employees. Your billing work that you're doing for Wolverine, but it's all under the same publisher, right? At Sony Interactive Entertainment is the publisher, so they're doing that work. But normally when they're ready to make a game, the publisher says, "All right, here's your money." Like when you're building a house, here's your $270 million. Go make Spider-Man 2, and then they got to get it done in time and under budget or within budget so they can make their money. So the Insomniac employees that were working on the Spider-Man multiplayer game were just billing, to their studio, just like billing their hours so that the studio could pay them. So I don't think it's a major loss.
You think it's directly credited then to that, and they're not, you know what I mean? Like that all goes to the balance sheet because it was part of like the operating cost for this game.
It would be different when we're talking about Crystal Dynamics working on Perfect Dark for Xbox and the Initiative Studio. Like they're an independent contractor right now for Xbox. They're working, so they're billing to their contractor who's Xbox. But with Insomniac, those people have a job and they just come in every morning at 8 and do their thing. So I've also heard that I wouldn't stand here. We shouldn't just stand here and say that the Spider-Man multiplayer game is canceled, because I've heard that they may just try to take all that work and fold it into either Spider-Man 3 or maybe make an update and throw it into Spider-Man 2 as DLC or something to monetize it. I also heard that the monetization was the problem. They couldn't get it monetized properly. Like they didn't have a good loop that gets people hooked and playing and staying for more. So PlayStation doesn't know how to do that, and they bought Bungie to
help. Yeah,
to help, and Bungie's been like, nope, shut it down, get the dogs. And but to their credit, like, and I think it's Arrowhead Studios. I'm hoping I remember that, like with Helldivers 2. Whatever they're doing, like I'm think they're doing it on their own. Like, hey, this is our setup. It's working great. The game is still massively successful, super popular. It's rising in players still after being out for almost a month. So that's working. But I don't attribute that to PlayStation, because everything else I've seen them do, they're just like, how much you can't get it off the ground.
Yeah, but so like same thing that WB has been doing, because WB or WB Discover or whatever they're called now, they have canceled games after they finished. I mean, not games, but movies after they were done filming and everything was wrapped up. But they're using that as a tax write-off. Do you think that PlayStation is probably doing the same?
You talking about the Wile E. Coyote movie?
They've canceled a lot of stuff. I can't off the top of my head, but it's like every other week it seemed like they was canceling stuff that is already wrapped up. But in the report, they were just using it as
I need the pirates to come ashore, baby, something, because I don't like that it's just a movie goer. You know, it's just like you're taking stuff away from me, completed things. You know what I mean? It's like that's just I don't like it.
Yeah, so who knows? I got some super chats in here. Dark with the 20 said, "You know why I'm here," and he gonna run. He gonna Jesus, man. It's for the kids.
Yes,
hopefully, you get a good chuckle out of it. You're not chuckling on that one. That one was good.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was solid.
I liked it.
That one was good.
Thanks for the 20, Doc.
Appreciate it.
Also got quick gameplay with the Canadian 10. He says it sounds like Microsoft will be using a large amount of AI within their next console. Colt, is there a possibility Microsoft lets you install Steam on the console as well? It seems plausible now, especially with like side loading and shit like that. Yeah. But yeah, Colt, that question was for you, man. I think that's a possibility.
It doesn't work. You can't. It doesn't work that way. Those games aren't made to run on a console. They're not licensed to run on the console. And I don't think it goes the other way around. It won't work either. So I think Xbox just... if they wanted to fix it, they need to make a console that also has Windows 11 in right there. Like you can,
like your
I don't know, Xbox X to it, and you go to the actual desktop, and then you grab your mouse and keyboard or use your. It actually have Windows on it, but they'll never do that. I don't think those two things can work together. And I was actually concepting up a video about the possibility of the Xbox experiencing being on a PC, but none of it really works logistically or anything else, as far as I can tell. So it's not really something
Colt,
to get
don't
excited
burst our
about.
bubble.
Yeah,
don't ruin our dream.
Well, I've worked on it. I've thought about it. I've conceptualized like what it could be. I've talked to Red Tech Gaming in the UK. Who's a really smart guy and mostly PC stuff and some PlayStation. I'm like, we're trying to like put our heads together and figure out what could be. Is there anything to be excited about? And so far, I haven't quite gotten anything that sounds like this is something to look forward to as far as bringing PC and console together.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Man, I really, really hope they can. Somebody's cooking up some wizardry. Hopefully.
I don't know if they'll let you, but
yeah, I'll say lit. I don't know.
No, not lit. Probably like side load it somehow. You know what I mean? Like somebody's cracking.
If they could figure it out, that would be. I mean, it'd be big.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like, I don't think the casual person would quite get it because they're like, "What are you talking about? Every game is everywhere, right?" Like, until you explain. Well, no, there's all of these other games over here, and then those games over there are actually here too, right? So then you actually have access to everything, and
you'll be able to play PlayStation games.
But the marketing on that would be so difficult to figure out for.
You're like, it's a box, it's a console, it's a PC, it's a gaming thing, it's a PC. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be so confusing.
It's the three seashells of consoles.
Yeah. I love that movie, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah, you just end up swearing a bunch and letting the citations roll out so you can just use the paper. It doesn't work. And Microsoft can get the games on all of their games on console to PC, but the licensing doesn't allow it. Like if you bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Xbox, you're not allowed to play that game, that version of the game on PC. The entitlement's not there. It's like, unless Xbox could figure out some kind of...
This is the only industry that does that.
It needs to go away.
Yeah.
I know that we talk about exclusives and they're still important in their own right and for their own reasons. But when you're looking at multiplats, and I think Ubisoft has done a little bit of this. If you own some Ubisoft games, I think they've let you get entitlement across PC and console or PS5. I'm not sure. I thought they were working on that, but that needs to go away. You, especially with multiplats, if you're
especially
buying,
when it comes to digital, like my digital library for anything else can go on any device, right? But not games for some reason. It's really weird.
Also, developers need to stop. This isn't right, but they need to kind of stop making a bespoke version for PS5 and Xbox, because it's hard to say, but if you're going to play Dragon's Dogma on PS5 or Xbox Series X, you're basically playing at 30 to 33 frames per second. But if they would just give us, the PC version on console, and you go in and you have to set all the sliders and all the settings, because you're like, oh, this game runs at 30. Let me go in and change 8 things.
Right.
But they'll never do it, because there is a 40-year attitude that when you get the console version, it's just guaranteed to work, and it's just how he said it is, and it's as advertised. That's why Steam gets big thumbs down when games come out, because some configurations have problems, some won't launch, some won't hold the performance that the hardware says they would do, and people will just thumbs down a game because their rig or the configuration or the horrible optimization on PC is not what they expected, and they'll thumbs a game down that is fantastic, but it's just a whole thing. I guess that's why we're on console.
but to your point though, like I'll make this short. Like they can put the bespoke version, the settings as default, and then user can go crazy with it. You know what I mean?
Here's what I think will happen. I think it launches with the bespoke, the developer settings, and then you go in and start changing it, and then you're like, I want a refund. This thing runs like crap. I can't even get it to run at 60. And they're like, you did that.
You did that.
You have a whole new tech wing.
And I've been on PC a long time. Like, you really don't have to change that much. You can set the resolution where you want, take some things down to medium. There's some things like shadows or reflections that I'll just put at medium and put other things at high. There's just a few things. Turn on VSync. And there, you can go way into the weeds. I don't even bother, because I didn't buy my PC to tinker with it. I bought it to make videos and play games and do TurboTax. It's fantastic. This sponsored by TurboTax.
Nah, it's H&R Block over here, cuz.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Green boys.
All right, man. We got Lotus Esprit with another 5. My goodness, they're amazing. Shout out to Lotus. Holla at you.
Appreciate it.
Then we got Hargi Chani. Became a member.
Hey.
Throw up the set, chat. Throw up the set. It's gang all day around here. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Hargi.
Thank you.
Thank you for swinging through. Lotus is going crazy today.
Lotus is going crazy.
Lotus, Sweet Christmas with the 20. Everybody loves the horn, man. That last one was great. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, let's see if you can do it again.
Colt's like,
see, this is how I am every stream. Exactly how Colt is.
Oh, yo, nope.
Bro, that's me after Taco Bell right there.
Okay. You was waiting on that one. You had that shit lined up.
You're like,
that's brutal.
You had that lined up, didn't you?
come on, man. Do it again. Do it again.
Well, I'll get to
Get
it.
that fire sauce.
Adidas 20, my boy. Shout out to you. It's gang all day. And he says, I'm here. Colt, be nice. Colt, you still with the motto, or you threw that out the window?
I said it in the last 2 videos, but I was lying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Colt, that's amazing.
They've been wilding though lately. They've been some of these people out there on they've been a little bit crazy. They've been a little too much. A little bit too much.
You know what? I forgot where I said this at. I was in a group chat. The Xbox porting games over was like gaming's Harambe moment. Like it was like everything has just crumbled with the community, with like everything. It's been nuts. It's been absolutely nuts.
It has been.
We lost Tim Dog.
Yeah. Who's been an OG since forever. It's been nuts, man.
Yeah.
And then
There's
we got
definitely been a
Lotus.
shift with everyone kind of the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
And I on my show a couple weeks ago, I like leveled with everybody. I said, hey, when this all came down, February, whatever it was, like the whole the gamer apocalypse. I got on the phone with like Rand and Gaz, and I had my meltdown, like on the phone. I was like, what are we gonna do? Oh my gosh, take it away. It's like crazy Christopher. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, they can't do this to us. I was up at like 3 a.m, pacing the walls. I don't know what to do. I'm taking the games. You know, like delete my account. Take the Xbox logo off my stuff. I'm debranding. It's over. And we were like, you know, we like that. We were like, and we were laughing, and we were, you know, angry, you know, really hyperbolic and just like over the top. Just having a lot of fun with it, really. And then there was like you get in party chat, you're like, it's over. And you know, we laugh about it and we'd kind of vent, and you know, like all 10 years, nothing but Super Lucky's Tale and Recore. And then they're giving games away. Like you say all that stuff, right? Behind the scenes, like in the privacy of a party, on the phone where no one can see you. Like it was funny. We kind of like, it was like a therapy session. Instead of doing it on a Spaces where everyone's listening, we kind of like had our laughs. We aired our grievances, and then we spent a lot of time talking about, well, what could happen? Like, what could this mean? What could happen in the future? What's PlayStation going to do? Are they going to do some of this? Seems like it. That's kind of where we were. And then when I sat down on the podcast, like the next day, Meg and I are like, all right, let's talk about it. Let's see what could happen. What probably is happening. You know, and I felt like it went really, really well. You know, like one podcast was like, I was up at 3 a.m, I couldn't sleep. And I was like, man, I was sleeping like a baby. So, but like, you don't lose anything. Like we won't talk about like what could be, right? But I'm a grown man, maybe. And I'm like, like it's, what am I going to lose? Like, what am I really going to lose? The list war. Like me putting up look at these exclusives, ponies,
right.
You know, clomp around. This is what you got to deal with. Indiana Jones, the next Doom. We got it in space. We got it all. And then I'm like, well, the list war is kind of different. I'd already kind of shifted to, it's about these studios making all these games and be able to have them on Game Pass, playing like unbelievable settings on PC or the Series X and have it all.
Or your ROG Ally, your Legion Go.
Hey.
Your tablet, wherever. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're on a plane and you got the money and you buy one of those new handhelds, like all those Xbox's games are there the way you want to play them. It's kind of cool. Yep. But for I'm talking a lot, I'm sorry. But for like 40 years, like that's all we knew. Like that plastic box, that little shiny Sega Genesis. It's like, go ahead and fit the cart, this Nintendo one. See if it works.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. Get that out of here. Nobody had a Sega back then. What are we kidding? We all did Nintendo, but no.
Which is why we're here today. With
right. As Sega's like, we're done. We're out. PlayStation's like, yes, just us, The Last of Us, Horizon. That's what the PlayStation guys do. They're like, what? Last of Us, Horizon, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Ratchet & Clank, Gravity Falls, Gravity Burst, Gravity Rush. They just start naming off all the games.
Kojima. It's just always Kojima.
I'm like, hey, all I said was Gears 5 looks fire, man. I don't need your list. I just said I like Gears 5. I was enjoying the camp. It's just a screenshot, bro. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
That is nuts. Oh man, and they come in. They come in with another one. Lotus. Esprit.
Lotus.
With the 50. Listen, Lo. See, here we go. Redemption story right here.
There it is.
All right, here we go. No, I heard that was about to be good, and somebody laughed.
Dude, you're never gonna get it.
Sham it, Colt.
Okay, I believe in you. Pretend like it's the horn of Gondor.
All right, here we go. Okay, I gotta mute y'all. Hold on.
Yo,
That was good.
That was good.
Okay.
that was real good.
Yes, thank
good.
you.
That's good. That
Thank you.
It started off rough.
It did, but then I got my mouth in the right place. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
Oh man, that was good.
Lotus.
Lotus.
A little bit like at first, but yeah, you got it.
It's all right. It's all
A
right.
little bit like a Dodge Dart trying to like get exhaust going.
It went good though. It was
Dart's
good.
caught a
Started
stray.
rough, ended great. Why do people saying pause? No, I call the pauses for my own commentary. Okay, I know what I'm saying. All right, cool. Got those super chats out the way. Nova, are we? Did we go to everybody about the AI? Right? Yeah, we are.
Yes,
so
sir.
good. So listen, Colt, you wasn't here. I had a big spiel. Okay, I want y'all to listen to this list.
Right.
Listen up. You had everybody's going through layoffs, but Sony had 900 laid off this year, right? During this console generation, you had Pixel Opus close, Japan Studios close, London Studios, and the PlayStation-backed Deviation Games, right? They canceled Factions 2, Twisted Metal, the Spider-Man Online game. Sean Layden just came out in the interviewing saying, if you're making $200 million games, exclusivity is your Achilles heel. We still haven't seen any Final Fantasy VII Rebirth sales numbers. Foam Stars wasn't foaming. That's a flop. Rise of the Ronin launching the same day as Dragon Dogma 2. We all know what that's going to look like.
And the previews aren't looking
too hot.
Super spit shiny, yeah.
No. And then they increased the PlayStation Plus prices, and you get almost zero, not almost, you get zero benefit additional with that. You get no support for your PSVR 2. That's actually coming to PC. The Portal was the Portal. Like,
Enough said.
no first party
games. Did you say
Factions? I said Factions, yep.
Okay.
No first party games until April 2025.
Oh, Mighty Keith's not gonna no. Mighty Keith's not gonna agree with that. He said they got Astrobot coming.
Okay.
I like that guy. I like him. He's wrong though.
He's not.
Hiroki Totoki's like nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, we got his Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yes.
And they're like, we're actually canceling that Spider-Man thing.
Yeah. It's nuts. And not to mention the leaks from Insomniac. We got to see what those licensing deals look like. But yet when Peter Moore talks, and I love Peter Moore. I love Peter Moore, right? They had a little interview with him. He's been out of the business since 2007 for Xbox. But yet when he says, Microsoft might be looking to shut down the console business, that is what everybody's talking about. Not like, I haven't seen an article is like, hey, all the things I just listed, PlayStation might be in trouble. Haven't seen that article yet. But yet, when it comes to Xbox, this might be the last console. Even though Sarah Bond stated they're already working on new hardware. Listen, if I gave you that list and it was Xbox, would people not have a field day with that shit?
It'd be
They
everywhere.
have had a field day in the past.
In the past,
all
right.
the time, right?
All the time. So I just gave y'all the list. Yet the sentiment out there within the media is Xbox is in trouble. And I didn't even mention the last quarterly reports with the 6% ROI being that's low, and they lost $10 billion pretty much basically off of that. The stock price plummeted at that point. But I'm gonna start with you, Nova. Why so much focus on Xbox when all this is happening with PlayStation?
Yeah, I wish I had the answer for you, to be honest, because it does seem like when there's some type of like negative news, the Xbox news does seem to carry a bit further. And when there's some PlayStation news that's pretty crazy and there's seemingly smoke, nobody goes to check and see if there's any fire. You know, they may like talk about it real quick, you know, sans the details, you know, just put it out there just so they can say they looked at it or talked about it. But I don't even know why this is happening, man. I wish I could tell you.
Yeah. It seems so wild to me. And people really deny like an Xbox tax, but Blue, I'll go to you next. What's happening here? And, I know we all talk about this all the time, right? Whenever like little news drops, but like this list is crazy that I put together for PlayStation for this generation alone.
Yep.
And it's crickets out here.
Yeah. It is.
Go ahead.
You know, the way I think about it, if you work with someone who is really good at their job and they're always meeting their deadlines, they're putting out good product, right? When they have a bad day, you don't think twice about it, right? But when you work with somebody who's late, whose work product doesn't always come in at the, you know, as good as it has been requested, or constantly has all of these little things that just fatigue you, the next thing is always like, oh geez, of course, right? Like, of course it is, right? So I think Sony has been in the golden era of they were doing everything right for so long, right? It was easy to not worry ever about the next thing, right? And so now it's kind of like, well, yeah, they're kind of missing a step, but they've been so good. I'm sure, you know, in the next whatever, it'll be fine. It'll be great. And on the Xbox side, it's, man, these guys can't get anything right. And here we are again. And then this game failed, or this did that, right? And it's to the point where it's probably a little bit nitpicky, right? On the Xbox side, you can call it way nitpicky if you want, an Xbox tax and all that stuff, right? But it's fatigue because they're the employee that kind of showed up late with the games. Some of the games didn't hit quite right. You know, like there's just a lot of that, whereas Sony set themselves up to be so far ahead, did everything right. Now they're struggling, and people are giving them a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt because their track record was so good. That's how I look at it.
Okay. So now to me, that's okay for consumers, right?
Right.
To kind of do that. But as a game journalist, one that's supposed to, you know, fact finding and all this stuff, right? Like, should they be the ones also doing what? Because they're consumers too at the end of the day. But when you're in journalist mode, you're supposed to give your flowers where flowers are due, and, you know, criticize when criticism is due, right? Like, and I just don't see them doing that at all, right? With PlayStation, they stick to the facts. It was like PlayStation back, DVA games closed down, and then that's it. Like, we said our piece. They released it at 11:30 at night, so nobody can see it.
Yeah, because do
But,
you remember
yeah.
when the Toys for Bob thing, when people thought they shut down Toys for Bob?
Lord, yes.
And then it didn't even shut
Gosh.
them down, right? They just
Yeah,
went
they
their
just let
own
them
way,
go.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Opposed
was
to
just a
shutting
minute
down.
ago.
And that was a very
Yeah.
smart move for them, by the way, because the FTC
It
would have
was.
used that as fuel, closing down a studio that they just acquired. But yeah, really good points though, Blue. Scale, what about you, man?
I honestly don't understand. I'm not gonna lie. Blue made a really good point. Is like with your coworker type of thing. So, all right, man, he been doing good for a while, man. You know,
Cut on some slacks. Holy
cut
no,
on some
Devo.
slack, you know. I think, and then when you got someone who's messing up all the time, it's like, bruh, of course it's
Yeah.
trash. It's like, God, we tired of it. So I don't lie, that she makes a really good point with that. I kind of, other than something like that, I don't get it, to be honest. Other than the first thing popping in my head is this on some hate and shit. I don't understand otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the journalism thing. It's like either it seems like they're getting paid. You know what I mean? It seems like they're just getting paid to put out the info that the people paying them want them to put out. You know what I mean? So I don't know why this is happening. As a gamer, I'm happy for Xbox. Thank you for giving me the games. It's like I don't know why they're always being hit like this. I think it, like she said, I think it's just a good coworker, bad coworker thing. PS4 was hot, man. PS4 was hot. Xbox One was rough. Okay, it's been recovering ever since. But yeah, I think go with her. I agree with her on that point.
Okay, yeah, she made some good points, man. Colt, what do you say, good sir?
Well, it's kind of hard to hear, I guess. Xbox has not consistently put out great must-have games over the past 10 years. PlayStation has. And then right now, Deviation Studios shutting down didn't get much fanfare because PlayStation has the first half of this year completely stacked with games that people want. And Xbox doesn't. Xbox is going to go 8 months from Forza Motorsport to Hellblade. So it's a big difference where PlayStation has had maybe 3 different years where they've been sporadic or they've been light on content, but they've been money-hatting games, stuff that people said that they didn't like that Xbox does. So they've got great games for the whole first quarter of 2024. And then I don't know if they have much for the rest of the year, but I don't think their next big thing comes out until next big thing comes out till next spring.
Right.
You know, I don't think Concord's coming out this year, and I don't think it's really big either. So
yeah, we haven't even seen a trailer for it yet at all.
We haven't. I mean, it's possible they could show
CGI
gameplay and say this is coming out in the fall or holiday 2024, maybe, which would be cool. But that's why Xbox gets when Toys for Bob, like they don't get the benefit of the doubt because they've been so sketchy with their consistency for so long.
Yeah.
When I go back to if you're thinking 10 years, it's 2014 when they were getting ready to put out Halo 5 and they just didn't have a lot of big things other than Halo, Gears, and Forza. So they're going to finally be able to do that. They're supposed to have 8 to 10 games this year, but it doesn't start till May. So I think that's why there's been a lot of bad news for PlayStation. Right now, it's all being evaluated by the games media and by the massive fans on social media and forums. Right now, they're like, what's going on with PlayStation? Instead of saying, oh, that's Xbox. They messed up. They always mess up. Because that's the attitude. And that's how it's been for a while. Xbox has done great things, actually forged a path of where the future's going and consumer choice, consumer-driven choice and things like that. But those games got to hit. Hellblade better be really good. It can't be an 82 Metacritic game. It's got to be really, really good. And Avowed has to be like an underdog smash hit. It has to be really, really good because this will continue the Xbox tax, which I still don't fully believe is a real thing in full, I guess.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, I do. Well, that's cool. That's why we're here, man, to kind of talk about it.
Well, I have said the Xbox tax exists as far as Xbox has earned the tax.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Okay.
because the things that they've done have earned them that part of the tax, but I'm not convinced that a game gets a lower score because it's an Xbox game, but I've definitely seen it not be paraded or believed in as PlayStation games do, or even PlayStation supported or money had of games. Like you look at Stellar Blade and everyone's automatically, even me, oh, it's probably going to be really good. Why? Oh, because PlayStation signed off on it. Xbox hasn't earned that credibility yet.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you too. Is like they're having a stellar Q1, but like I don't think anybody would be paying attention to Stellar Blade nor Rise of the Ronin if it wasn't a PlayStation exclusive.
That is 100% true. If you add or Xbox exclusive,
yeah,
absolutely. Once a game has an exclusive moniker on it, everyone is super hypercritical and they look at it with laser beam eyes.
right.
Like you better deliver, you better do this, or you better not, right? Yeah.
I mean, like Foam Stars was a PlayStation exclusive, right? And then that kind of like you don't really hear. I mean, could you imagine if Foam Stars was an Xbox exclusive, right? Like,
oh, they wouldn't drop Bleeding Edge, even though that was like
yeah,
a 12-person, like, you know, the Passion Project thing, right? Foam Stars was not a big risk for reward, but did they just plaster it onto everything when they were talking about Xbox not delivering. You'd have that
oh, you
chubby
talking about Bleeding
character.
Edge,
Yeah, Bleeding Edge, yeah.
Yeah, Bleeding Edge flopped and they wouldn't let it go, but yet nobody's talking about Foam Stars. And you know, Nova and Skeleton, they both played it and they had a good time with it or whatever.
Yeah.
But
it is crazy how it's not being talked about in a shit way. Like it flopped. It's dying, if not dead. I don't understand it. So I'm to your point, man. It is kind of odd. Like I would have definitely heard about this flopping somewhere else, especially how they were just painting it everywhere, like everywhere. But I said I still like the game. I'm not gonna lie. It's dying, or if not dead already. That's just PlayStation not having good multiplayer, unfortunately.
Yeah, they don't. They have to get that. I mean, they're good with the single player experiences, but something's going on over there with the multiplayer stuff, man.
Yeah, except for Call of Duty, that would be fine. But stuff like that, but nothing else is hitting.
Oh my God! Hold on. Speaking of Call of Duty, we only got a few minutes left here. Did y'all see the trailer for Call of Duty Warzone for mobile?
I haven't.
Colt, did you see it? Blue, did you see it?
I saw snippets of it, but it's gonna be huge, right? It's gonna be massive because it's got everything in it.
I thought it looked like a console game.
Yeah,
it looks nuts. I was like, hold up, bro. I mean, it don't look like, you know, Xbox Series X or PS5 version, but it definitely looks like the PS4, Xbox One era type. It looks good.
It's got the same maps as on a console or on PC. Like to me, that's wild.
Well, it's cross progression.
Yes,
1.7 million views in 10 hours.
Damn.
I'm watching it right now.
It looks crazy. I was like, yo, like, and then like you'll be able to sync up your Xbox Elite controller to your mobile device. I'm taking my Elite everywhere with me.
What are the requirements for this thing? Like, are they saying you have to have an Android something or newer?
They haven't said yet.
Like it runs on your phone?
Yeah.
It's not like a cloud version?
It looks that good, right?
It's March 21st, right?
Next week, yeah.
And it's global. It's a global
I'm looking
launch.
at it on a 65-inch screen. I'm sure on a 9-inch phone, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
That's pretty crazy, honestly. Mobile gaming.
Yeah.
It's booming.
It's booming.
It's going to be nuts, man.
They said we're going to get all those kids that got those tablets. You know what I'm saying? All those kids growing up that got the tablets. They said we're about to tap in.
So it's iOS 15 or later, Android 10 or later.
Oh, geez. That's a lot.
Can you imagine like school at lunchtime? Bruh.
Yes.
Brought to you by AI. Answer brought to you by AI.
Yeah. Goodness, man. Yeah, they are about to print money with that.
Oh yeah, with transactions to stop it. It's going to be ugly out there.
You know who's going to be printing money is Activision and Xbox.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's a
Yep.
That is going to be nuts, man.
Hiroki Totoki's like, how do we get that over here on the PlayStation 5? You don't. You don't. Try it on the portal. Oh, yeah.
In our exclusive store.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Let me get these super chats and then we can do our introductions and we're Gucci, man. Let me Adidas 20. He said, who is the beautiful lady on the panel? Is she a bot? I think you're PC, aren't you, Blue? Mostly.
No, I'm a bot.
You're a bot. Oh, okay, good. Blue's a bot. You heard it, 20. She's a bot. And then we got, and thanks for the 5, man. And then we got Spartan 661 with the 5. He said Xbox is showing the FTC that they can play nice. Please, someone stop that woman from spending our tax money for nothing. Let us play games cheap. Amen to that, brother. Like,
Hear that?
Like, they just need to drop it. I don't even know what their case is anymore, to be honest. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. And thanks for the 5, Spartan. Blue, we do this every time. Tell the people where they can find you. I think I can make, if you want to, I can make you a mod really quick. And then you can drop your link in the chat so that the people know where to go.
Okay, I'm gonna show off 2 more coins.
Oh,
really
yeah, go
quickly.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this one we might open up a small giveaway for again, but this is the Call of Duty coin. Since we were talking about Call of Duty, thought I'd show you this one for Modern Warfare 3.
Okay, simplify.
And then the other one that we will probably be doing another giveaway for. This one came out so cool. This is for Pal World.
Ooh,
So it's got the colors. You could, if you see, there's got the guns and stuff in the back with
It
the arrows
does,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Dang.
And then this is the back, and it's gold.
God, that's clean.
Gold or
I like
That's
that
dope.
one.
right?
That's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really cool. Ben Kenobi on
Ben
Twitter. You
Kenobi.
should follow the guy. But yeah, this is me. Backwards
That
camera.
blue
That
number.
blue number everywhere. Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Nintendo, and Twitter.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Colt,
The Pal World cone
Oh.
is dope. You should definitely go try to get one.
It is cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in contact with Ben for sure. For sure.
You should.
I want something.
So, I'm leaving here with something. All right, Cole. It was great having you on, man. Yeah, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you, man.
Man, I don't even know where I'm going to be, but thanks for having me on the show. I'm Colt Eastwood on Twitter and Twitter X, and Colt Eastwood on YouTube, where I try to make weekly videos, and then I do a podcast on Monday with Middle-Aged Game Guy, and appreciate the support of the whole community that comes to podcasts, guests on them, hangs out in the chat. Like, we really appreciate everybody. You make it worth their while, and you make it, I don't know, we learn from each other. So thank you. We appreciate
Yes,
it.
we do.
Thanks for having me on. It's good to hang out with you, all of you guys.
Yeah, man. You too. Scale. Spit your bars, man.
Spitting bars. Yo, I go by BLAQQ SKELLINGTON with 2 Qs. You can catch me on YouTube streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at around 1 p.m. Central Time. Streaming all the time, pretty consistent. Probably gonna be playing Valorant tomorrow. So check me out. I want to say shout out to our guests, Colt and Blue, for being here. They're very cool people. Make sure you follow them on their handles. And thank you guys for being here for sure. And shout out to the chats. Thank you for all the super chats and donations and everything. It's for the kids. Yeah.
Dope. All right, Nova. Mr. Positive. Hit
I
him
go
with
by
it.
super_Nova Gamer. You can find me on Twitter/X, man. If you out there, stay warm. I don't know how it is on your part of the world, but in my part of the world, it's blizzarding outside. And during this show, I saw a guy drive by on the road on a 1-wheel, bro, twice. there is snow on the road. So if you out here, he was getting it cracking. So stay warm, stay healthy, man, and we'll catch you guys next time. Appreciate all the super chats, super stickers, the memberships, all that, man. And thank you, Colt, and thank you, Blue, for coming through once again, man. It was an amazing show. I appreciate it.
Dope. Blue, you said he's from Norway?
Yes, he's there right now. He lives there.
Jonas
sends me beautiful photos all the time.
Jonas,
Yeah.
what part of Norway do you live? I just moved back from Norway. So I lived out there for 3.5 years. In Stavanger. So I'd be curious, man. Me and the family loved it. I came back kicking and screaming. I didn't want to leave, but I had to. My time was up.
It's beautiful out there.
Best chocolate I've ever had in my life. I'm not even joking.
And best McDonald's, bro.
And best McDonald's. Not even joking.
You go to the land with the Aurora Borealis and mountains and snow, and you're like, chocolate, bro.
It's
chocolate.
the chocolate of
Man,
the gods. I promise.
It's hitting.
Ooh,
It's hitting.
it's special.
Lunch. That Vic lunch. So good. All the
Jonas
chocolate was
responded
dope.
to you with this.
Okay,
cities.
Romsdale. I gotta figure out where that is at. And my pronunciation, I worked with nothing but British people and Americans, and everybody spoke fucking perfect English in Norway. So like, I didn't get the proud. I know hi or talk my dog. Yeah, I don't know too much, but that's cool, man. Jonas, my brother now. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm the Black Viking. Y'all can catch me on Twitter at the Black Viking 3. Man, I know next week we'll have Randall Thor on next Thursday, which would be cool. The man with the million. And I'm still trying to work out who the second guest is going to be. But everybody, a round of applause for Colt Eastwood and that blue number for entering the Longhouse. Thank you guys for being here. 100%. You guys are dope as shit. Love it, man. You guys get to see my horn action, which was nice. And then you got to see the chat laughing at me, of course. Oh man. All right, man. Cool. So I guess I will see y'all later. Again, Colt, that blue number. Thank y'all for being with us. And chat, y'all are dope as hell today, especially Lotus Esprit.
Yo, thank you very much.
So much love. Everybody with the super chats, super stickers, memberships, y'allrethebomb.com, and I'll see y'all later. Peace. Oh yeah, y'all know what time it is. We gotta throw up the set first before we bounce out of this thing. You feel me? Peace.